Hey everyone, Michigan here with another replay for you. This time we are doing the replay in reverse, which is I'm showing you the post game and then I'm going to show you the replay. Now, you'll know by the title of this video, When Stats Don't Matter, maybe you have an idea of what this video is about, but I'm about to show you. So I just got a victory here on Berlin, and I did 1,591 damage in a tier 10 in a tier 9 game. Now you might be saying, that's not very good. And at face value, if you looked at this result, you'd say this is incredibly mediocre. For a tank that has 2,840 hit points, you barely did half your health. And yes, you stayed alive, but again, that's pretty low, especially considering some of the vehicles you're facing on Berlin here. Detailed report, we lost a whole bunch, we fired a bunch of gold. Not too much to see here, but now I'm going to show you how I got this result and why this, the victory screen, is more important than the number right here. So let's get right into it. Alright, so here we go. Berlin, we have spawned on the south side. You've already seen the lineup, but what you don't know is how I'm going to play this. So immediately I have told my team that I am going to take A7, I'm rushing the bridge. Now, if you take a look at my equipment loadout, you'll notice that I am set up for speed, hit points, and firepower, giving me that 2,840 hit points I just mentioned. So, we are going to see how this pans out. Now, I'm really hoping that I can get some help with this, because the I7 with its very poor DPM, now I boosted it with a gun rammer, as you saw earlier, but I did have an alternative loadout with grousers, which I was seriously considering taking. Now this is hard terrain, but it can't hurt. Luckily though, it appears I have this Batchat coming with me. It looks like he is not going to cross the bridge. Obviously I know that because I just played this. I'm recording this video about 5 minutes after I finish the battle, just so I can make sure I have it all fresh in my mind. Now if we take a look here, I'm just going to pause it. This is a bit of a BC maneuver. I'm not sure why the reticle is so big. I'm about to push a bridge with multiple obstacles and at least 4 vehicles pushing me, and this Batchat's about to do the same. So, props to him there. I'm going to try and keep my turret angled. I'm just throwing one at the E5, going around, and it looks like the only thing that's going to shoot me is that E5. He hits the bridge. It is nice because this bridge does have a bit of cover on the right, and now I have to deal with a Contra Carro. This is not the tank I wanted to deal with. But what I'm going to do is try and put onto its track. I'm going to miss. Here comes the Batchat. I'm going to get around on his side because he has a semi-traversable turret. Now the Contra Carro decides to look for the Batchat instead. Gets one in there. I'm just going to keep pressing this Contra Carro. I want to just keep my side right onto his so he can't get his turret around. The M53 is making a run for it. The Batchat finishes off, or actually the grill finishes off the Contra Carro. And now look at the position we have taken. As we paused it one more time. Batchat and myself have now taken this whole area, denying the enemy really any sort of movement up this road. Now, if we think about what could have happened, maybe the Contra Carro gets settled in a little bit, or I take more damage, or the Batchat doesn't come with me. Now the enemies have the advantage on this right side, and it ends up in a big stalemate, and it's a whole mess. You also have to consider the fact that our tanks are probably outnumbered over here. Before this, we had 6 to, I guess, their 6 as well, if you include the 2 artillery, who were actively, I believe they were firing into here. I'm not sure if the Batchat took a hit, but it's fairly even. So what we're able to do is now we're able to crossfire them and, just try and push this game further in our direction. We are up 2-0. The Batchat is asking for help. Now I'm a little bit wary because this Type 5 could hit me for 1,100, and I'd rather not lose that health. I still have 2k to play with. I lost a little bit from the E5 and the Minotauro, but the Type 5 is backed off, so I am going to push him with the Batchat. Now, I'm going to look to engage this E100. I can stay hold down, however, I have pretty weak premium rounds. 303 pen isn't great, and that's going to give me issues trying to deal with this E100. Alright, now he's going to have problems with me, which means we're going to have a stalemate again. Now, eventually, I am going to decide that I don't really want a stalemate, and neither does this Batchat, as he's asking me to follow him. He's hanging out. He wants me to go in. Again, I've got 2,000 hit points to play with, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to take a full hit from that E100. Going to snipe one into his lower plate. Artie's going to get a shot in. There's the Type 5. My side armor does a great job of blocking it. Looking for the E100. On the side, Batchat finishes him off. Now, where is the Type 5? So that's the second vehicle. Now we've pretty much got this encapsulated. It's 4-0. And all they have left is a one-shot E5 who gets killed by the S-Punk with this Type 5. And we are struggling a little bit against this Type 5, even with premium rounds. My accuracy is, I believe, 0.37 because I've sacrificed everything gun-related other than my DPM to gain hit points and speed. So that really is causing some issues here. But my job is done. For all intents and purposes, I have secured the A-line, helping to work the Batchat. I don't think the Batchat would have pushed across if I wasn't there. That would be suicide for him. So, instead of going for a personal damage record, if you will, I instead went for the team win, and I felt the best way that I could support my team, even if it wasn't getting a ton of damage, was to push that A-line. I'm going to get rocked by the Grillo 701. Sorry to that VZ, but, you know, he stopped right in front of me, and we're going to speed this up. 6-0, we're up 6k, 7k hit points, back to 6, but with 8-0, it should be just about over. Jagdtiger here, I'm a little wary of that kill again, as well as the Leopard prototype who's on the team. I know the Jagdtiger just fired. There is my final shot of damage in the game, if you remember it. So we're going to just speed this up. Looking around, I'd rather stay alive here. I know those mediums are over there, and at 392 health, I am about a 50-50 for them to kill me. Gonna throw one in against the Leopard. It's not going to go through. Try and use my speed here. The I-7 does get up to speed, but it seems to level off around 50. And with the Batchat's final kill, his 4th kill, we are going to get the win, as you saw earlier. So I hope this gives you maybe a different perspective on maybe player on your team's stats, or their final damage, or what they were intending on doing, as not every play is about personal damage. Some of them are about getting the team win. So normally I'd say let's take a look at the post game. We've already done that, so thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.